Welcome to my new video of a gameplay I had in the Tiger 2P. Let's start as always. What is my BPM? B stands for battle rating, and the initial spawn costs of my Tiger 2P tell me that this is a full down tier match at the BR 6.3. B stands for purpose of my tank. The Tiger 2P is a heavy tank, and when I got a down tier match I recommend to brawl with it, but you want to have a teammate close to you that supports you. M stands for map tactic. The map we got is Fields of Normandy with domination, and this is an interesting map. I choose to spawn closer to the capture point A, and once a team has control over this point and the nearby surroundings, the other team can't leave the spawn again on this side of the map without getting shot. When I play the Tiger 2P in a down tier match, I recommend to use the strong gun as advantage. You don't have to brawl with the enemies face to face right away, and can rather start the match sniping from the second row. Doing so, move onwards towards the capture points. But on this map I like to move as fast as possible to the capture point A and use the hull down position before it to my advantage. As mentioned earlier, the area around A is also crucial for this capture point, and so I don't want to sit in the back of the map. One of my teammates is already in the capture zone, and there are a lot of enemies highlighted around A. This is pretty common since this capture point is more popular than the other two, so you have to assume that there are enemies everywhere and you can't really stay in the open. Use the hull down position and keep an eye on the minimap. When you now have a look on the minimap, you can see that my team has set up a proper front line for this phase of the match. There are teammates to my right on the sniper hill, and two other teammates have an eye on the capture point B and the area below it. This is important for my position because I don't want to get shot from the left side while brawling. In addition, I have another teammate in the Tiger 2P to my right, and this helps me to brawl with this tank. The Tiger 2P has a strong turret, but the cheeks can be penetrated by most of the tanks at this BR. So when an enemy is aiming at you, just slightly turn away the turret, and every hostile gun with a penetration of around 150mm should bounce. And this is where your teammates come in handy. While you turn away your turret, you can't aim at the enemy, and when the enemy isn't shooting at you as well, you have to back up. Using the binoculars, I can detect the T-25 in front of me. This tank has a powerful gun, and I want to wait for a situation where he is not aiming at me. The moment the enemy turns away his turret, I can leave the hull down position to attack him. But in the meantime, I was able to detect an enemy to my left by the engine sounds. When you play on this map and push this capture point, you have to assume that there are enemies to your left and right. The teammate that supports us in his Panther D was able to take out the hostile light tank, and now we can try to push the T-25. Again, I use the binoculars to check what the enemy is doing, and I highlight him with the squadron mark for my squad teammate. I missed my shot, and just after that the gun barrel of my teammate saved me. As good as this position may be, it is also dangerous. My mistake was that I didn't check the minimap before the attack. In the meantime, all my teammates at B have been destroyed and the enemy has control over this area. I pop some smoke and help my teammate repairing. In front of me I can detect another enemy by the sound of the engine. It is really important to be aware of your surroundings. To do so, check the minimap and listen if you can detect shots or engine sounds.
Most of the zones are under enemy's control.
There is another enemy to my right. I use the binoculars to see if I can detect the enemy to my left, because I first want to clear this flank before I take care of the enemy at the capture point. After the shot, I immediately point my turret in the direction of the next enemy, but I'm always ready to slightly turn it away so that the enemy can't shoot at the cheeks of the turret. My team is in position to attack the capture point B. And now it is time to push the capture point A. Usually there are enemies either at this small house directly at B or in the hollow after the capture point. Since my team has a good view of these two areas, I have to assume that I won't be shotted from the left side and can therefore take care of the enemies in front of me. Unfortunately, a few moments later my teammate was destroyed. After that I waited for him to catch up again and we were able to take the capture point together. since it is already later in the match. As mentioned in the beginning, the enemy spawn is now under siege, but I make my way to be the support here. In the end I was not destroyed and could take out 6 enemies. I hope I was able to give you some tips on how to brawl with the Tiger 2P and how to play this map. Like, subscribe and leave a comment if you want to, and check out my Discord server for more information and to connect with other players. Hope to see you in game soon.